Hello, I'm wbz-tv meteorologist Barry Burbank, and I have your forecast for the next several days. Let's take a quick look at 90-degree days in Boston. Now, the earliest that we've had a 90-degree day happened in Boston April 7th back in 2010. It was 90 degrees. That's the earliest ever. Last year, we were in 7th position because we had a 90-degree day on May 3rd. Well, how about that? Because we just had our 90-degree day in Boston yesterday on July 5th at 2:35 in the afternoon. It hit 90 degrees for the first time this season at Logan Airport. I know other areas have had a few to several 90-degree days already, but at Logan, because we've had some sea breezes which have prevented those temperatures from going to 90. For the first 90-degree day, the average date is June 8th, so we certainly missed that by about a month. And the latest occurrence of a 90-degree day, the first one in Boston, that was back in 1906. We didn't have 90 degrees until August 6th. I remember that. I was waiting for that to happen, and finally it did happen on August 6th. More recently, in 2015, we didn't have a 90-degree day happen in Boston, at Logan Airport anyway, until July 19th. The big story today, in addition to the heat, is the humidity. The dew points climb above 70. That is pure tropical air. It is really disgusting air, actually. It is so muggy out there, it's hard to enjoy it when it's that bad. And it's almost off the chart here in the 74, 75 degrees in many spots this afternoon. But just hang in there, folks. Take it easy today, because over the next several days, the dew point's down in the 50s. That's delightful, not disgusting, but delightful tomorrow certainly through Wednesday anyway. And because of the humidity tacked on to the heat, it's going to make it feel a lot worse. It's going to make it feel like 100 or a little bit higher. We call that the heat index. The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory in this orange shaded zone here, where it's going to be the hottest and most humid coming up for this afternoon between 1 and 5 p.m. Southwesterly wind will make it a bit cooler in south-facing coastal locations, but not all that cool since the water has warmed up so much. And east-facing beaches, most of them except the outer part of Cape Ann, will have the hottest day they've had all week long, because it's more of a land breeze blowing from the land to the ocean. But that's all going to be pushed away as this cold front approaches from the northwest. So we do occasionally get some breaks here in New England, thankfully, whereas they don't from the mid-Atlantic states southward much during the summer. We get some breaks coming out of Canada, and that indeed is what's coming our way, which will set off these showers and storms. As of this recording time this morning, there's not much action out there, but it will become more active as the afternoon progresses. And get along about, by mid-afternoon, we'll see a few isolated showers, but as long about maybe the second half of the afternoon, we can see more of them developing across northern New England and settling down into southern sections, and that's when we're going to have the action here into the first part of the evening, when some of these will contain, especially for the most part, heavy downpours. The Storm Prediction Center has much of Maine and New Hampshire, except the northern parts of those states, and a slight risk for some severe weather this afternoon, just a marginal risk here. Our main risk from these storms, and again they'll be scattered around today, will be the torrential downpours. So there is a high risk that many of them will contain or produce some torrential downpours, producing some localized flooding. As long as they keep moving, we're all set, but some of these slower moving storms that produce these torrential downpours sometimes move slower, so that's the problem. Wind gusts, some strong, can't rule them out, but is not as much of a risk as the rain is. Lightning is somewhat of a risk. It's always a risk. Dangerous. Lightning is dangerous, of course. So if you're going to the beach or doing some boating today, being out on the ocean, you especially want to be careful on the North Shore communities this afternoon, and keep an eye to the sky for those building clouds and a threatening-looking sky. It'll be 81 at south-facing coast and 91 at some east-facing beaches today. But at the beaches tomorrow, 73 to 77, so that's quite a switch, because tomorrow there'll be a northeast wind at 20 miles an hour in the morning, dropping off to 5 to 15 miles an hour in the afternoon. Today we'll have a southwest wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour. And high tides this weekend between 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The water temperature is gone up quite a bit. Meantime, there's not much surf out there like there hasn't been most of the summer. Seas are basically flat, not good for surfing at all. But the water is certainly warmed up for swimming, and it looks like upper 60s to lower 70s in many spots. So here are your low temperatures for tonight, upper 60s to near 70 degrees by dawn. It's going to be muggy much of the night, but gradually by dawn, it's going to feel better. And low to middle 70s tomorrow along the coast, to the low to middle 80s farther inland. And it will turn much drier by dawn tomorrow, be in the process of drying out. So it'll be a lot more comfortable tomorrow with the temperatures In the upper 70s in the afternoon along the coast, and similar temperatures on Monday, upper 70s at the coast in the afternoon with a breeze in from the ocean. The air should be dry and comfortable right on through at least Tuesday, if not Wednesday as well. Sunny to partly cloudy all those days, and no chance of any showers or storms. By the time we get to Thursday afternoon and Friday, there will be showers and storms back in the picture because the humidity will be much higher at that point. That's it for now. We'll keep you posted this afternoon, this evening, if any of these storms become strong to severe. Have a nice weekend.